With no advance notice right before the show was to begin in the Eastern European country of Moldova, May 23, 2010, Shen Yun dancers got locked out by the theater manager.
They didn't want to talk to us, wouldn't let us in. She said, no, I'm under orders that this performance is canceled, and we're just stuck there.
Every once in a while,
the classical Chinese dance show depicts historical stories. They also reveal religious persecution that the Chinese Communist Party has been hiding for more than 20 years. Lemish later learned that the former Soviet Union member state was promised a $1 billion loan by China.
And, it's easy to connect the dots.
The hosting organization of the performance later sued the theater for contract violation. But at that moment, the dancers could do nothing other than silently protest outside, together with the audience.
We actually were on the front steps of the theater, facing this big square that was in front of it in the center of town and welcoming the audience members as they came in. We're just standing there in our suits.
After the audience members learned there's no show,
and they were in tears. I mean, they would take pictures with us. They went to a flower market nearby and brought us flowers. And you can
some audience members took a 30-hour train from Moscow to see the performance. Yet the theater wouldn't refund the tickets and told the audience to go away. This is not the only time Shen Yun was suddenly canceled by theaters under pressure from Beijing. In Denmark, internal emails revealing China's long arm of censorship were presented in parliament. One internal theater staff email said the embassy ended the meeting by asking if we had a dialogue with Shen Yun and requested that we shouldn't allow them to rent our facilities. Investigative journalist Thomas Vaught uncovered the email.
The Chinese embassy and delegation was actually pressuring the theater in not letting them book these facilities.
In Spain, the local Chinese ambassador admitted in a phone conversation that has been recorded that he was personally involved in pressuring the theater. After the Moldovan incident, the then vice president of the European Parliament wrote a letter to Moldova's government, saying that he regrets that they gave in to pressure from the Chinese embassy. He hopes that Europe and the rest of the world can match the courage of the Shen Yun performers and tell the Chinese regime that they will not accept its gross and repeated violation of human rights and dignity. Lemish said Moldova trusted the Chinese regime too much.
They promised them this money, then Shen Yun comes to perform, then they cancel the performances, but guess what? They actually never got the money.
The incident was widely covered by local media.
So inspiring.
Despite the challenges, Shen Yun has grown from one touring company to 7 over the last decade. But accusations of China's interference in the art and publishing world never stopped expanding, Hollywood catering to Chinese censors. Dissidents booked contracts canceled for fear of upsetting the regime. And major U.S. news outlets cutting stories because they may anger the Communist Party.
There is no distrust.
Søren Espersen, member of the Danish Parliament's Foreign Policy Committee, compared today's China with Nazi Germany in its foreign relations. He noted that Germany at the time used trade interests to pressure the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, asking them to silence critics of Nazism.
It is the same way that Communist China's embassy operates as was Germany's embassy in the 1930s.
He said despite its high artistic standard, Shen Yun has been repeatedly rejected from performing in the Royal Danish Theatre.
Just note that in connection with Shen Yun, there has been a lively dialogue between the theatre and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Well, what is that saying that we all know? There is nothing new under the sun.
Reporting by Penny Zhou, NTD News.